everybody. Welcome back to Trash Pumpkin Trading Cards, and welcome into another episode of Trash Pick Thursdays. Today, we're going to be touching base with some more vintage to modern era. I hope everybody's having a trash-tastic day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's jump headfirst into this deep dive of black and white. All right, everybody. So if you missed last week's video, we talked about the difference in modern to vintage Pokemon and how those prices differentiate. And so today we're going to be kind of delving into a little bit of a deeper scenario, and that scenario is based off of the new release of Black and White that just came out yesterday from Pokemon Center. So if you guys missed the drop, I am sorry. But the Pokemon Center ETBs do have actually different art versus the regular ETBs that are being published on the market. So in the original Black and White, we're going to go back on TCG Player. We're going to kind of look at the OG Pokemon, if I know how to look that up. Let's just look up Pokemon. Here we go. And there we go. All right, so this is the original Black and White. Now, this set, I'm not really sure when it came out, but it was a long time ago. But if you look at the prices, the price of a booster box is a lot. No recent sales, but they say the market's $27.99, so you'd have to base your market price off of eBay. And we'll look that up for you guys in a little bit. But you have the Reshiram T13 full art. So this was reprinted as a Celebrations foil that came out a couple years ago, well, more like 4 years ago, and it is really pretty, but it's not as much. Now, given that this market, as you see, is on the rise, we have to also remember is that this card is also the chase for grading. So the graded versions of these cards are very, very expensive, and those are also on the rise, and that's why you have that price there. And you also have things that are out of stock, like sealed product, and then you have your commons and uncommons that are not. So the sealed product is out of stock. Now, with TCG Player being so limited as to what is available, we're going to use the eBay. Now, you can use price charting as well, and since we haven't used price charting on this channel before, well, really consistently anyways, we'll actually do it for you guys. So look at Black and White. So again, this is your Zekrom that we saw, the Reshiram. Now, what this will also show you is like recent sale prices. So PSA 10s, as you see on this market, has exploded with the new release of the Black and White set coming out, where you had $6.49 and then shot up to $14.99, $11.49, another one at $6.99, and then consistently over $1,000 here. Now you have some ungraded pricing. You have the Reshiram at $350, which I don't think was correct, but it sold. And then $43.60, $19.30. So better prices on eBay, definitely. But if you're looking for that near mint era of card, that's going to be more money, closer to the $100 price point, as you see there. Now for the booster boxes, I didn't know this was a promo. That's really cool. What is this going for in a 10? Doesn't exist. Awesome. PSA 10, 127. That is a sick card. Sorry, I saw something shiny. I had to look at it. Let us see what the great booster box is. Universal 4 Monsters pack. If I was a booster box, where would I be? Category. Booster box. Here we go. Okay, ungraded sold listings. All right, so recent sales. Factory sealed eBay May 4th, $2,900. Sealed case fresh, $29.99. So that price point is pretty accurate. Again, it's because that PSA 10 price point for the chases are so high that you have those price points being where they are. Now, like I said, the reason is because the new release of the black and white series yesterday. And so if you guys missed it, I don't know why I put Q checker. If you guys aren't familiar with Pokemon Center, you can get a Q checker to see where you're at in the queue to kind of give you like an estimated arrival time to that. Okay, so new releases that came out yesterday. You had the Scarlet Violet Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box, but this is for Black Bolt, which as you see does have this specific artwork. Now, like I said, this artwork is different than what's going to be on the regular ETBs, which is going to make these even more valuable in regards to collecting versus not. And then this is the White Flare artwork. Now, what I mean by different is if you put them side by side, you'll see. And so what I will do for you, just to kind of give you that difference, let me go to Discord. Pull this up for you guys. All right, here we go. So it's posted by one of our viewers. So if you look at the difference, right? So this is the original ETB from the new Scarlet Violet Black Bolt ETB, and then this is the Pokemon Center Black Bolt ETB. So there is an actual very big difference in regards to the artwork and it being a Pokemon Center, let alone the PC ETB promo. So if you guys did happen to get in on the drop, I do highly encourage you to not open that. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. It is just that artwork difference is going to play a factor in the overall value of the card. Now, you do have these sealed tins in the original black and white, but a lot of this old nostalgia, a lot of these older sets are starting to increase in price as we do get reprints, especially with the new release of Destined Rivals and how that is affecting the market. So when you guys are looking for the vintage product, black and white is an era that you can't ever go wrong with. But again, when you look at the face value of the cards, it's because they get graded all the time that drives the price of these booster boxes, not because the raw cards are that price. Unlike modern Pokemon, which is driven by raw price and then graded price, it is not the same thing for vintage cards. Vintage cards is primarily based off of grading purposes. So I do hope that's informative for you guys. I just wanted to highlight with the new release of Black and White how different the ETBs are and how the prices are going to already be skyrocketing just because it is good information to have. And if you guys don't believe me on the skyrocketing, we can go look at White Flare, PC ETB, what they're being listed at. So this is the PC ETB pre-sale for the ETBs, but pre-orders 277 just sold yesterday. You have 199 for one, 350. This dude literally posted what he paid for it in his eBay listings, and it sold. So these prices, especially if they only do one drop like they did the other one, these are going to be very hard to come by. So again, this is like the eBay pricing. People are already buying this. I expect these prices to go up. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but it is good to know if you see it in the wild to get a hold of a PC ETB for a really, really good price if you can find it, and just add that to your personal collection. So this way you have a nice little gem in the rough kind of thing, diamond in the rough kind of thing. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody enjoyed that video as we looked at the pre-release and the beginning of the black and white era and the new Pokemon set coming out later this year. I believe the drop is in July. I could be wrong with that, but we're going to shoot for July. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope everybody enjoyed. We are opening something, don't know what, tomorrow, and then we're live streaming Saturday, and we hope to see everybody there. Have a great day, y'all. Deuces.